Good morning, guys. Gonna take you to Madawaska workings. This is my second day of my trip. Hopefully it's accessible. I never been there, it was on my list to go. I'm looking for the exit. This is last warm summer, beautiful warm day of the summer, and hopefully this is gonna be my successful trip to Madawaska quartz, I believe, and feldspar mine. So stay tuned, let's see when we get there. One thing is for sure, guys, it's a beautiful drive when you hit Maynooth and then turn on 127 and then you turn on I believe 26 Madawaska Road. Drive is very, very pretty. We're approaching here some kind of open water. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at this. I couldn't stop, but it's very pretty. So guys, I left my truck by the entrance to the mine. I'm not sure if I can drive in. I just saw one guy driving in. So, typical quartz road, about 500 meters, and then we see you there with my friends, my backpack, with some food, and let's find some Fergusonite. I just heard you can find that over there, allanite and euxenite, my favorite. It's better, eh? Change my t-shirt, as you can see. See you in mine. Yeah, that is pretty steep incline, full of super sharp quartz. I have kind of baldish tires. All I need is a flat one here, but it's a very beautiful place. Okay, boys and girls, we made it. I'm in the actual workings. Just met a man. He parked his car over there. He told me all about history of the place. Quartz, feldspar, huge vein. Of course, a lot of. He's looking for Fergusonite. There's a lot of allanite here. I just got my feet down onto the pit. Well, we're gonna be here a few hours, and beautiful place, very easy to find, really. Even on Google Maps right now you can see the trench from the satellite if you zoom it. Madawaska town, go straight through the highway by the canoe outfitting store and then follow that little road going north, and you're gonna see the mine. I really enjoy the exploring this trench, but you know how it is when you are first time in a certain area. You don't really know where to dig for certain minerals. So like I mentioned, I met a very interesting man on the way in. So he showed me where to find allanite. This is, I found this guy by myself, that's Yaxonite. And let me just show you, this is Fergusonite. I don't know if you can see the shape of the crystal here, tapering towards the end. There you go. So the trick is, Fergusonite is encased in this mica vein. But to find those, you have to dig in a very old tailings, which are high up. So let's go and find some more of those beautiful minerals. Okay guys, so I'm done with Madawaska mine. It was a beautiful day, very eventful. Other than seeing beautiful place, I met very nice man, Dave from Kingston area, I believe. He is a very knowledgeable collector and he knows a lot about this place. He showed me the ropes how to find Fergusonite and allanite, and he also gifted me some specimens that he found. But after that I learned how to do and look for them myself. So they are kind of dirty, so I will walk to my truck and head back towards Bancroft, and I show you specimens when I get home. I decided to take from Maynooth to take Peterson Road, which drives around Elephant Lake. So I think this is the view that I remember from years before. Hey, here it is, Elephant Lake. Very beautiful lake that is kind of not really on people's radar, but it's massive. Look at that. You like it? Elephant Lake. A great shortcut from Maynooth to Wilberforce. That's where I'm heading. Beautiful lake. Okay guys, so we made it back home safely. It was a few days until I cleaned up my specimens from my trip. And first of all, the usual suspects, that's what mine was mined for, is feldspar and quartz. It's the typical huge pegmatite. So there's a lot of lapidary pegmatite, feldspar that you can find there. I just brought a few examples, even though I wasn't there for that, just to show you what you can get there. So this feldspars, some of them have very nice makeup, and so again, there is never-ending combinations of feldspars in those pegmatites when it comes to colors, and lapidary people may find this interesting. You know, orthoclasses and other albites probably are forever present. There's millions of tons of mica there throughout the pegmatite. I just brought this one as a souvenir from there. I have a soft spot for micas. Of course, this is nothing special, it's just the way the crystal ends I like, and the very tip is kind of finished flat, which brings me to will be useful to know when we're gonna start talking about Fergusonite, which was the main attraction of the mine. Of course, there is quartz, tons of quartz that was probably processed there and crushed, because by the entrance of the mine you basically walk on glass, which is this see-through quartz. Today is no sun, which is actually better for my taping. Anyway, so this is the one portion of the mine that is more what you expect there, what was mined commercially for. Now, when it comes to Fergusonite, this is the one I showed you in a field. See, these are the, I'm gonna use my little See, this is exactly the crystal I was talking about, that is tapered, almost like a pencil, but the very tip of it is flat. So you see those crystals throughout this specimen, like is even here. And what's interesting is that the Fergusonite you find there is encased in those veins of mica. So you can see the mica is around on both sides. So basically creates this vein on a contact zone when the main pegmatite occurs. And that was tossed away in the years of production there. So another example of this is here. You can see the tip of a crystal. You may say the rest is missing, but not really, because the crystals start growing from this zone where mica is, and that's all it grew, this quarter of the length. Fergusonite is named after Robert Ferguson, a Scottish landowner and politician who was also a collector. I believe he was Scottish, but he was really influential in finding this mineral, I guess. And I have this piece, which I think is allanite, but also when I'm looking at the data of Fergusonite, it could be a just section of Fergusonite that is broken off, but let's call them allanite. So this is second rare earth minerals you can find there. And of course there's a euxenite. I have a nice little piece of that in a more solid portion of the pegmatite, which is mostly feldspar in here, mixed with a little smoky. Speaking of smoky, there's also smoky. So anyway, those Fergusonites you don't find in the main diggings. You have to look for them in the old piles or old tellings, which were scarce, dispersed all around the diggings. Now this is also interesting occurrence of, I've been told by the man who I met there, David, very knowledgeable guy, this is vein carrying epidol and some other mix of very rich earth, rare earth mineral. I forgot the name of it, but if you do research about this mine, you're gonna find auxiliary minerals that are there, but this one apparently is epidol based. It's very heavy, and it's whole section in a wall in a mine that has this crystal column growing there. This is a piece of that. But what I found personally interesting is when I was looking through the bush, I found this huge piece of feldspar, which again has this characteristic encasing of mica. So on one side you see the mica here, and then you see mica. So at one point this was huge vein, and sure enough, when I saw that mica, I thought maybe it's worth smacking. So I hit it with my 4-pound hammer, and sure enough I discovered this Fergusonite. I'm gonna wet this a little bit so you can see the way it looks. It almost looks like it's a projectile that got stuck into the mother rock. And if you can see, even this like a ray-like behavior of the rock. So this is radioactivity of Fergusonite itself, which is kind of common when you talk about, you know, minerals that carry the radioactivity. So that's Fergusonite I found basically in the boulders all around the original tailings. And from that particular rock also this sample came, which I mentioned earlier has small Fergusonite here. So it was probably attached to the edge, like this edge of the rock on the contact zone just before it becomes a massive pegmatite. So, in conclusion, I found that mine amazing. The experience is great. The drive is amazing. The rocks are there. You have to just be patient. Again, they have all small radioactivity going on, which you can see here is not alarming amount, but it just keeps growing and growing. I counted to, I think, 0.58. So overall, great mine, JG Gold Quarry, and it was a great trip. If you like this content, like and subscribe so I can make more videos like this, so we can all explore old mining history. Thank you for watching.